Even with everything in place, and I mean everything, doing everything right, tech packs, samples, more samples, protecting your money, specifications, almost 10 years of experience, things can still go wrong. In my previous part to this video, and I think it's 1 or 2 videos ago, I covered instances where my bulk order has gone wrong. But this experience that I'm about to share with you guys right now was definitely probably up there with one of my most disappointing experiences. And that's because of the amount of experience that I had, and to still wind up disappointed in a bulk order, you can only imagine what I was dealing with. In fact, I almost had to go to court. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Taddy G, and on this channel I like to share what it's truly like to run a clothing brand, as well as dropping tips, tricks, gems, and all of that good stuff. So with this particular experience, with this particular manufacturer, I went back and forth with them for a while with samples and in-person meetings until I was finally comfortable to place the bulk order with them. I was confident that they were going to produce exactly what it is that I wanted produced for my clothing brand. The first hiccup we encountered was the fact that from the point of which I placed my bulk order to the point of which it actually went into production to me actually finally receiving my garments was almost 1 year. But because I have been in this clothing game for a while, I was patient. I know that good things come to people who wait. I have experience of trying to rush a manufacturer and how bad that can be. So in all honesty, I was like, it's fine, take your time. So long the products I receive are the products I want, I don't mind if it takes a year. And when I did finally receive the bulk order for a collection that I was looking forward to, I get home and my order has just been dumped outside. Mind you, it was spitting. Luckily, it wasn't like torrential rain, but these boxes of garments were just left outside in my garden. So when I started to go through the products, I immediately saw that we had an issue. The following issues arose. The color of the garment was off. That wasn't the color I agreed upon. There was even a mismatch. T-shirts, the rib was one color and the main fabric was a different color. In some of the garments, the material, it wasn't exactly the same as the sample we had agreed upon. Okay, it wasn't awful, but it wasn't what I agreed upon. The GSM, it wasn't the GSM that we agreed upon. I'm not saying that it was a cheap and flimsy product, no, but it wasn't what we agreed upon. It wasn't what was in our contract. It wasn't what I paid for. And there were some inconsistencies amongst the range. Some products looked like this and some products looked like that. And lastly, I had ordered a certain amount and there was definitely some missing stock. So those were the issues. So of course, naturally, the first thing I did was get into contact with the manufacturer. And granted, unlike previous experience that I've had, the manufacturer was quite forthcoming, apologetic, and requested that I send images to go alongside my complaints, essentially. I sent over the relevant information that they wanted. They came back to me and said, fill in this document. I was like, okay, this is getting a little bit much, but cool. I went ahead and filled in that document. I did take my time because the document was long, but I did go through this bulk order, about 400 garments, and I filled in this document. And mind you, I had paid for this order on PayPal. So I did just contemplate disputing it straight through PayPal, but because I wanted to maintain a relationship with this manufacturer, I opted against doing so. I initially wanted them to either remake the order to the specifications that we had both agreed on, or alternatively, refund the entire order and I will send you back your garments. This manufacturer didn't want that. Instead, they offered me a percentage discount on the garments. However, this percentage discount wasn't what I was looking for. It wasn't enough, and I wasn't happy with that resolution. Do you think I was being dramatic? Write it down in the comments. So we're still going back and forth. I'm saying no, remake it or give me a refund. They're saying no, we'll give you 10-20% back. I'm like, no. It's a whole back and forth on the emails until it got serious, guys. It got serious. The manufacturer decided to send a letter-headed letter with the subject saying something along the lines of "without prejudice." That's when I was like, okay, this is getting serious. And it was citing the laws, the commercial law, and all of that kind of jazz. And I was like, oh, okay. That's when I had to, turn to my good friend ChatGPT and also now start citing commercial law and all of that kind of jazz when it came to my responses moving forward. Mind you, within that realm of response, this manufacturer actually threatened me with defamation. Okay, so they said if I was to speak negatively about this company online, because obviously they know I've got a following, they would come down with legal action or what have you. And I mean, I was never gonna come and talk down on this company, because at the end of the day, these things happen. They've been happening to me for a while, and I would never come on here and mention a company and talk rubbish about them, because that's just not my character. But in the same breath, I am well within my rights to do so. We're living in a world where we are well within our rights to discuss our experience with certain companies. I just wanted to speak about my experience so that you can see the process of what happens if a bulk order goes wrong and you're based here in the UK. So from then on, I also started writing my emails with letters that were letter-headed as well, same energy. And whilst I was doing that, I was now looking at small claims court to see, okay, what's the process? Should I need to go to court to actually get my money back? I even went ahead and called my local Citizens Advice Bureau, which I can't lie to you was pretty useless, because they couldn't actually give me advice, which was what I thought was the purpose of having a Citizens Advice Bureau. Maybe because it was commercial, I don't know. But I am just a citizen. I am just a girl just trying to make a business work. But what I did learn was that before you take anything to court, to small claims court, they would expect you to try and resolve it yourselves, which meant that we had to now look into mediation. So I was like, okay, cool. I am communicating back and forth with this manufacturer. I'm like, listen, we're going to need to find a mediator since we cannot come to an agreement between the two of us. We agreed that I would find some mediators and they would find some mediators. And there was a deadline for us to find said mediators that the manufacturer set, mind you. So I come back with the mediators, and lo and behold, the manufacturer is like, cool, let's go with that one. And I'm like, we both agreed that we would come up with some mediators. And I still have my ChatGPT chat going, and ChatGPT is like, no, don't let the manufacturer say, oh, let's go with yours, because then later on down the line they could argue biasism. So I'm like, no, you find mediators too. The manufacturer is arguing back and forth with me like, no, it's fine, let's just go with yours. I don't know whether they were too busy, too lazy, I don't know what their game was, but in the end they came back with less of the number that we agreed to, and some of them were a duplicate, mind you, of my mediator. Cheeky. In the end, we ended up agreeing on a mediator, and we had this meeting. So this mediation date finally came, and it was over a Zoom call. It wasn't like a meeting, because like that would have been intimidating, and it was the first time I'd come face to face with this manufacturer, and I was talking with them, and they came across as quite warm, happy to see me, like nicey, and this is why I wanted to work with you, because we actually had developed quite a good relationship. I was really, really happy and excited to move forward and to actually have a manufacturer to take my brand to the level that I wanted to get to. But look where we find ourselves. You're literally losing a customer just because you decided not to do things the way they needed to be done. The mediator would come and speak to me and then go and speak to the manufacturer. We would, suggest what we want, back and forth, they're mediating, and then eventually we agreed on a settlement, which was around about 40% refund of this particular order, which, to be fair, I wasn't 100% happy with. But at the end of the day, they made the garments. Yes, they weren't up to the level that I wanted them to be at. They weren't following the specifications that I wanted, but they were still like somewhat okay, sellable, but not the way I wanted to sell them. I've literally had to, in a way, switch up everything to make it work. In the end, I just thought to myself, this is literally giving me sleepless nights. I just want to close this issue and essentially move on with my life and invest in more stock that I'm happy with. That's essentially what I have done. It just goes to show that despite having years upon years of experience, things can still go wrong. I just want to run back to my Italian manufacturer because she has never led me astray. She has never did me dirty. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in my very next video. Please like, please subscribe, please comment, and yeah.